Your life doesn't get better by chance. It gets better by change. They say it takes 21 days to build a habit. But what if I told you that just one focused week, 7 days of consistent effort, could be the turning point you've been waiting for? Most people spend months, even years, stuck in the same cycle, waking up tired, chasing distractions, making promises they never keep, hoping things will magically improve. I've been there. I know what it feels like to want change so badly, but not know where to start. That was me until I got fed up with my own excuses. I didn't overhaul my life overnight. I didn't climb a mountain or win the lottery. I simply chose 5 simple habits, small shifts that I committed to for 1 week. And those 5 habits sparked a transformation that gave me back my time, my energy, and most importantly, my belief in myself. This isn't about being perfect. It's about doing what works. And what works is momentum, small wins, daily discipline, the kind of habits that don't just change your schedule, they change your identity. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're ready to finally take control, this message is for you. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 5 habits that changed my life in just 1 week. Stay with me for the next few minutes as I show you how to start small, stay consistent, and build a life you're proud of, one habit at a time. Let's dive in. Number 1, start with one habit that matters. Let me be clear, the biggest mistake people make when trying to change their life is trying to change everything at once. It's tempting. You get motivated, feel fired up, and suddenly you want to fix your sleep, your diet, your finances, your goals, your relationships, all in one shot. But here's the truth that no one wants to admit. Real change doesn't come from massive overhauls. It comes from picking one thing and sticking with it until it becomes part of who you are. When I decided I'd had enough of living on autopilot, I didn't try to reinvent my entire life. I picked one habit, just one. I told myself, if I can do this consistently for a week, I'll prove to myself that change is possible. And that decision was the turning point. You don't need 10 habits, you need one habit done 10 times. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Let's take a look at James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits. Before he became a best-selling author, he wasn't chasing fame or massive goals. He started by committing to a simple habit, writing 1 page a day, just one. That act of showing up every single day without fail turned him into one of the most respected voices in personal development. Why? Because he understood that small actions repeated over time lead to big results. You don't build discipline overnight. You build it daily, one decision at a time. That's the secret most people miss. They think change has to be extreme to be effective, but extreme rarely lasts. What lasts is sustainable. What lasts is something so small, so doable that you can't fail. That's where the magic begins. 1 push-up, 1 page, 1 walk, 1 glass of water. It sounds too easy, but that's the point. The goal is to lower the resistance so your brain can't come up with a reason not to do it. Once you build the streak, 2 days, then 3, then 5, your identity begins to shift. You no longer say, "I'm trying to change." You start saying, "This is who I am now." Here's how to apply it. Stop making a list of 10 habits. Don't download 5 new apps. Don't write a long to-do list that stresses you out. Pick one habit. Make it small. Make it daily. Make it matter. If you want to read more, commit to 10 pages. If you want to get fit, commit to 5 minutes of movement. If you want better mornings, start by waking up 15 minutes earlier. Don't try to change the world. Just try to win the next 7 days. There's something powerful about honoring your word to yourself. When you say you'll do something and you actually do it, even when no one's watching, you start building self-trust. And when you trust yourself, you no longer need outside motivation. You become the kind of person who shows up. That's where your confidence comes from. Not from being perfect, but from being consistent. So let this be your first move. Choose one habit that aligns with the life you want to build. Commit to doing it every single day for the next 7 days. No excuses. You're not aiming for massive results right now. You're aiming to prove to yourself that you can follow through. And once that habit sticks, you'll have a foundation strong enough to build anything on top of. Because the first real habit you build isn't reading or working out or waking up early. The first real habit you build is showing up for yourself. And once you master that, everything else becomes possible. Number 2, prioritize small, consistent actions. There's a dangerous lie floating around in the world of personal development, the idea that life changes in one big moment, that there's a single breakthrough, a flash of brilliance, a sudden spark that transforms everything. And while those moments do exist, they're incredibly rare. You know what's far more common? Quiet, consistent effort. Tiny decisions, small wins. That's the real secret behind lasting transformation. If you're trying to do something great, change your habits, chase your dreams, rebuild your mindset, don't wait around for a perfect day. Don't wait to feel ready. Most people waste months, even years, waiting for motivation to show up. But motivation is inconsistent. What you really need is discipline, and discipline is built on consistency. It's not about how much you do once in a while, it's about what you do daily, especially when you don't feel like it. Let me give you a real example. Jerry Seinfeld, one of the most successful comedians in the world, didn't build his career by writing genius material in one sitting. He did something incredibly simple. Every day, he sat down and wrote jokes. He marked an X on a wall calendar. Each day he did it. Over time, he had a chain of X's, and he had one rule: don't break the chain. That's it. One joke a day, one page a day, one win a day. That's what built his confidence, his skill, and ultimately his legacy. This principle applies to every area of life. Want to get in shape? One workout won't do it, but one workout every day will change your body. Want to grow your business? One phone call might get ignored, but making one call every day builds connections, momentum, and opportunity. Want to be more present with your family? One good conversation every evening creates stronger relationships over time. The key is repetition, not intensity. You see, the reason small, consistent actions work so well is because they sneak past resistance. They don't trigger fear. They don't overwhelm your brain. They're manageable, which means you're far more likely to do them. And the more you do them, the easier they become. You build rhythm. You build reliability. You become the kind of person who follows through. Most people don't fail because they don't try. They fail because they try to do too much too soon and then burn out. They think progress has to be dramatic to be meaningful. But it's the little things, the easy to overlook things that shape who you are. One day of effort doesn't matter much, but 100 days of effort, that will change everything. Let's get practical. Think of an area of your life you've been struggling to improve. Maybe it's your finances, maybe it's your energy, maybe it's your confidence. Now ask yourself, what's one small thing you can do every day that would push that part of your life in a better direction? Not a huge commitment, not a 5-hour grind session, just one small action. Something that's so simple you can't talk yourself out of doing it. Then do it every day. Track it. Keep score. Don't skip a day. Make it part of your routine, like brushing your teeth or turning off the lights. And don't let the simplicity fool you. These actions compound like drops of water wearing down stone. Over time, they create deep change, quiet change, real change. It's also important to celebrate these small wins. Most people ignore them. They focus on what they haven't achieved yet. They beat themselves up over what's still undone. But when you acknowledge your progress, even the little things, you reinforce the behavior. You start to feel momentum. You start to believe in yourself again. And that belief is fuel. Imagine where your life would be 1 month from now if you committed to just one small action every day. Imagine where you'd be in 6 months, a year. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up, day in, day out, no matter what. Here's the truth. Small actions done consistently are more powerful than bursts of inspiration. They build habits, they build trust, they build the kind of life you can be proud of. It doesn't matter how slow you're going, as long as you're moving forward. So the next time you're tempted to do it all at once, pause, breathe, and remember Jerry Seinfeld's calendar. 1x a day, one step, one win. That's how great things are built. Start now, start small, and whatever you do, don't break the chain. Number 3, limit distractions and protect your focus. Let's be real. Focus is one of the most valuable skills in the world today, and it's also one of the rarest. We live in a time when distractions are everywhere. Your phone buzzes, notifications pop up, someone sends a message, you scroll for just a second, and suddenly an hour has vanished. You feel busy, but you haven't moved forward. That's the trap, the illusion of productivity with no real progress. Here's the truth most people ignore. If you don't control your focus,